Let it run. Oh, dude, come on. Fuck yeah. Hey, what's up? Ken from Palm Beach Dyno here. I'm standing with Carlos Vera's 2018 Mustang GT featuring a Whipple 3.8-liter supercharger and a 10-speed built by RareFab. I'll tell you what, this car is so much fun to drive. I appreciate Carlos letting me pilot it, and it did awesome at FL2K. It went 830s. You know, we qualified fairly well with the car. Unfortunately, I messed up first round and rolled through the beams. So, you know, it was kind of disappointing there, but we got good news, and there was a test session the next day that we stayed for. So we're gonna tell you about that in just a little bit. And I'm gonna tell you about Terry Day's car. But first, I wanna talk about my car, which is a 2011 Mustang GT Twin Turbo. It has twin 72mm turbos. It just has a new intercooler setup from AC Carcraft, but that car started out as one of the development cars for the fluid turbo system and went low 9-second passes at 150 miles an hour many times before we lost the stock Gen 1 engine. And then it was built. It's been on drag week. It's been to the half mile going 191 on 19s and things not really dialed in, and it will be making a return to both of those very soon. But right now we're focusing on going as quick as we can. The fastest it's ever been. Well, the car's been sitting for 2 years. After all that, with the business and everything, the car's been sitting. We did some upgrades, and there was a lot of challenges to get it running again. And now that it's running, our goal is to go after the record, of course. Previously, it has been a best of 790s at 182. And then at FL2K, it went 8.0s at 177 best, but like 174, and we were having some issues with fueling up top. We stayed for the test session and went much quicker. Not quite the record, but I'm feeling very confident that we're gonna come into Mod Nats with our best effort. So now, Terry Day's car. Terry's car is very similar to Carlos's car. It's black. It runs a larger tire, and it has stock camshaft, where Carlos has camshafts spec'd out by RPG. They both run RPG engines, obviously the same tuner, same trans builder. So Terry went 169 at FL2K on the 3.5 pulley, and we went 170 in testing. You'll have to wait and see what the ET was. But the big difference is his tire. Terry's on a larger tire. We're still on the small tire. We're crossing the traps at 9,000 RPM. But it's very beneficial for us to have these cars similar but configured just slightly differently, because we learn a lot more having these cars run side by side. Terry couldn't stay for the test session, but we did stay with Carlos's. So check out that and the footage of Dead's Pool, and then we'll follow up at the end of the video and tell you what's coming up next for these two cars at Mod Nats.
Love it.
Well, two very cool things happened on that pass. One was, that's a new personal best, 780 new everything best on this setup. And I drove down the return road at 45 miles an hour. I've been driving down that return road for 4 days at 2 miles an hour, and that was almost more fun. Well, because after that pass, I'm like, that felt exactly like the last pass.
No.
I'm like, damn, I'm like, if that went 8:01, I am gonna be so
When
upset.
it left, I stood up and said, that's a 7-second pass. That bitch.
Yeah, dude, that seemed like weak as hell.
And it went,
yeah.
like it took everything.
that felt a little bit better on that one. Still a little bit of shifting changes, but that seemed a little bit better.
822, 166. Took a 10th off of it.
All right, the first few passes in those cars went great. Really, it was nice to pick up right where we left off at FL2K, and it went exactly how I'd expected. So we brought the boost in sooner on dead spool and changed the pulley on Carlos's car. And Jeremy, our head mechanic, was also there with his truck, heavy Chevy. Yeah, I know Chevy, but that's okay. He's an awesome mechanic and he does great work. He does know the Fords very well also. His truck happens to be one of the fastest extended cab full-size Chevy trucks in the country. So we're gonna show you some footage from that too. Why don't you go ahead and guess in the comments before you see the video on what his truck runs. Full-size, extended cab Chevy pickup truck. Anyway, hope you enjoy the video and we'll catch you at the end.
There you go. I had to put my glasses on because I can't see. Old guy can't see here. Oh, 887, 156. There's a lot on the table. Oh, it's a 60 foot, that's why. Oh, I gotta look at that log.
Still down mile an hour, right?
Same mile. It's the same mile an hour, 174. That's 60 foot though. Getting better. 490 to the 8th.
That one felt a lot better. I think it left good. I believe that was better. Let's see. Woo! It definitely left better. It felt a little slower once I was going, but that might have been because it left so good.
You're telling him that you have the time slip and that the boards didn't find out because they don't want him to know what to find out.
What did it run, dude?
I don't know, dude.
Yes, you did. It left good. I know it left good.
What are you talking about?
Okay,
man?
no time. Nobody will tell me what it ran. What did it run? Oh, dude, come on. Fuck yeah. It was, that's badass. And it's breaking up, too.
Same mile an hour as fast forward.
Maybe we'll just keep turning the boost up, not change the plugs. And hit the record.
Let's go
Break it
450.
up.
450 to the 8th and then shut it off.
You motherfucker.
I was going to say,
I'm like, weren't you up there? Why would you walk away before it's
On you? It fucking lit it up.
he said boards didn't light up. He didn't even think about it. He was like, oh, okay.
I gotta see this. 120.
What was it? Oh, is that my first 4 second?
Yep.
Yes, it was.
Yes!
Everything.
That's the
dog.
part of the slip I was most
Everything.
excited
Got mile an
about.
hour.
Hey, what was it?
I know. But the mile an hour is not gonna do it without the
120.
plus. 120.
Shit. I forgot to turn the boost up. It still doesn't look like it's leaving that hard.
The
Well, that's the
front's
best
so low.
passes when it doesn't feel like anything.
It felt good. No, I
Yeah.
mean, looking at it.
Yeah.
No, I was like, that was, I mean, even on the
So
camera, I was
smooth,
like,
man.
I think that was much
It
better.
looked effortless.
It did, but like you could hear it in the top end. It's not.
Oh, yeah.
It's like
I
barely.
think it probably
accelerating.
stretched.
I don't know. I have lights on the back. Looks like that.
Mine is the worst about it.
The problem is the spring. It's come through. Right. It goes to the middle and shouldn't.
We came here to party.
Yeah, like.
me you want me to feed you pizza while you do that?
I just ate a piece a minute ago.
That's not what I asked.
I'm gonna have to change the tune up on this a little bit, though. It needs a little bit.
Well, then yes.
I bet he wants to get that's for he can't though, right?
Take it.
Still would beat the fastest it had ever been coming into tonight.
Now I'm like 780, like, damn, man, what happened?
But the best part is,
Fucking
the best part is the mile an hour. Like,
yeah,
you can say, oh, well, this car's been faster, this car's been faster. Yeah, but nobody's been 780 and 172.
right.
Good. What was the 60? 119. Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
It's got it.
Finally got mine.
Went 170 mile an hour. Didn't get 7, but would have went 801. And that 119 60 foot.
Ain't too bad.
Not too bad.
We'll take it.
We'll take it for sure.
I can't see in the first place, and then when it went up, I'm like, oh man, this is going high. I can't see it all. And then as soon as I yanked the wheels, I was like, and I knew I fucked up. Like it came down crooked, and that's all right.
One wheelie's gone wrong.
It still felt great. Oh, dude, that was almost a 118.
This is
It felt fast, dude. So we picked up 700 instead. It was definitely worth staying that extra day for both cars, 766 at 174. Remember, the car's been 182, and I didn't tell you this earlier, that 182 was that heavier weight. So there's a lot more left in the car. We've got a lot of great data. I'm very excited about it. It's actually at AC Carcraft right now, getting some new upgrades based on some things we found. And I'm gonna come out swinging from Mod Nats. Carlos's car. Not quite the 7 we wanted, but 801 at 170. Like I said, we're out of gear or tire on that car. Once we address that and really start pushing this thing, it's gonna be a fast hot rod. I wanna make some comments about what you saw in the last 2 videos. What you can do at a race and what you can do in testing. It's sort of like the PGA Tour versus the driving range, right? You know, you go out there and if you could swing a golf club at all and you hit 100 balls, you're gonna hit that one shot that's 300 yards and you're gonna post that on the internet and you're gonna look like a hero. But that same guy goes out on the PGA Tour and hits one 300-yard shot out of 18 holes and he's a loser. So there's very big differences with what you see at testing and what you see at racing. And that's on my cars. I'm not making any comments about anybody, but you know, some people only test and some people go to races too. So when you're evaluating these cars, I think you have to take that into account because like Carlos's car is a perfect example. At the end of FL2K, I roll through the lights. I don't get to back up and do it again. You know, at testing with dead spool, I forgot to turn the boost controller on and I launched with no boost. I stopped immediately and backed up. That's the difference. The track is perfect. There's nobody else around. There's nobody distracting me when I'm tuning it. There's so much more progress you can make in testing versus a race. So when you can go to a race and do well and tune while you're there, to me, that is really the most difficult thing to do. Anyway, I hope you guys like the video, subscribe to the channel, share it with your friends, and I'll see you on the next one.